All right. I'm live again. I don't know why, but I love the little message that scrolls across the screen and says, "You're live!" exclamation mark. It feeds into my, as I mentioned in my first video, my enjoyment of having an audience. And it just kind of makes it feel like I'm in my own private recording studio, which I guess I am. Please excuse my voice today. I kind of woke up this morning with a cold. It's also giving me a little bit of brain frog. Actually, that's the perfect description. It feels like a frog is in there and not a brain. A little bit of brain fog. So I'm planning to just come on here with something I was inspired to share, but I don't know if it will be very long. Then again, I have noticed that I enjoy talking, so it tends to go longer than I think. All right. I came on here for two important reasons today. First of all, shout out to Tobore, who is a friend from several years ago, who I met through another friend who is just a wonderful, wise, warm human being, and an author, I think I'm right, and kind of newish mom. And I posted my my first YouTube video on my Facebook page yesterday, friends and family mostly on my Facebook. And she was so kind because I can tell she actually, not only was she like supportive and encouraging of my new channel and my first video, but she commented on my Facebook post and said I could tell she watched the first video all the way through because she voted for one of the two adventures. So, Tabora, you get the distinct honor since you were the first and only vote. Actually, I haven't gone back on my Facebook page, but whatever, you're winning. So in a minute, at the end of the video, I will share what she voted for, and I have, it's going to be an audio recording, but of the thing that she voted for me to share on this video. So in this new vein of a choose my own adventure. Oh, I think I have to close my office door. Hold on. It is called Working at Home Together. My partner's in the other room at his desk. And if I don't shut this door very well, typically we can hear each other. So, so I came on today for two things. One, to go into the next adventure and share what that adventure is, as voted on by Tabore, my friend and supporter. And what is my second thing? My second reason for being inspired to share a video today. Oh, and I noticed after watching my video yesterday, I'm very wiggly in this chair. Maybe now that I've pointed it out, you're going to notice more often. But anyway, whatever. So my second reason for coming on here is to say that, I don't know, kind of just to share my experience in a 24-hour period of starting a new YouTube channel. If you didn't watch my first video yesterday, first go do it, or do it after this video. Please like and subscribe. I like saying that, and it's a nice reminder. Please, support people out here, sharing ourselves with you. We love your support. Oh my Lord, my brain today. First watch the video, and then, oh my God. So I'm on here today because, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel maybe for the past couple of years. So I have had, and then I would say the past several months, I've had a clear idea of what I wanted to do, which again, in yesterday's video, I shared is to kind of share this very meandering and open and not clear, messy journey that I'm taking to transition out of teaching and into a more creative career, but I don't have a clear path forward. um, and so I've had it in my head for a while now that I wanted to start the YouTube channel. But yesterday, I don't know what hit me. I can be very spontaneous. I was just ready to do it. And so I already knew what was in my head, but I didn't write it down. I didn't plan ahead. I didn't edit my message, which probably for today would be more helpful since my mind's a little bit more jumbled from my cold. But I just hit the live button, and I don't know, there was like a burst of adrenaline that came clicking the live button and kind of feeling like I'm putting myself out there, even though, as with today, there's no one here watching me right now. I'm just watching myself. But it just felt so exhilarating to share. And I felt very much, they talk a lot about these days about being your authentic self. And it just felt very much me. And yeah, I loved it. It came out exactly how I was hoping it would. Well, as with maybe many things in your life, certainly in mine, I sort of have these amazing kind of moments of inspiration and excitement. And I go and I do the thing. And then when it's nighttime and I'm laying there and it's quiet, I kind of had a little bit of a panic moment because right after I recorded my live yesterday, I was kind of rolling with my spontaneity and rolling with the inspiration. And I went straight to two main pages where I thought, you know what, let me just put it out into the world. I went to my LinkedIn page and I went to my Facebook page, which are actually two places I'm not usually spending a lot of time. I'm usually on Instagram and TikTok. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of felt like the right place to put it. So I posted a little message there and the video, link to the video in both spaces. And very kindly, like right away, I definitely had some friends and family members give me some positive feedback about it, which was great. But then like later last night, again, as I was like in my bed, I kind of had this moment where I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Especially on the LinkedIn page where potential employers can see me in all my, frumpy mess yesterday. And really kind of being vulnerable about where I am, what I'm up to, and that it's not very clear and structured. And then I also, of course, thought about like, what if that's the only video I make? But I just made this like grand announcement, like trumpets, and then no one ever hears from me again. But I will say I'm getting better at recognizing that those kind of thoughts are just normal. They show up. And in fact, there's a woman that I follow on Instagram. I talk about her a lot. People must think I'm like related to her because I'm always talking about Erica. There's a woman named Erica Reitman who I follow on Instagram. I have been following her for several years, and she transitioned from being a writer to an interior designer to now to an Instagram coach, and now she's creating her own marketing agency. She's really amazing person, and she shares so much about what she's doing, and she shares super authentically. She's really been, I think, for me, a model of like what I want to emulate and what I appreciate. Anyway, she has this thing where she says, "Your brain is a dick." I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, and it's just a good reminder that your brain comes up with all of these negative thoughts and opinions that really have nothing to do with reality. It's just these things that, show up in your mind, and probably no one else is even having that thought or thinking that about you. It's just something that shows up in your mind. So I am finally in my life getting much better at recognizing when those comments are showing up and what kind of messages they are. Um, and so what I've learned to do is just, okay, I see you, I feel you. I felt the nervousness like in my chest, and then I just went to sleep. And today was a new day, and I've found that is a really helpful tool too. Tomorrow's a new day. Something's not working today. I'm gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow it's either gonna figure itself out or whatever will shift. And sure enough, today I woke up. I didn't feel great physically, obviously, but as I went throughout my day, I had these two appointments with two different people. And in both moments, I was sort of reconnecting to my new YouTube channel and sharing a little bit with them. And that same excitement came back. So, um, anyway, I went, I think, more into detail than I expected I would, but I really just think it's important to show the like real moment by moment experience that you can go through when you're starting something new and starting something vulnerable and creative. Because I personally have been inspired and felt motivated and encouraged by people sharing in such a vulnerable, vulnerable way. And so I'm hoping that I can do the same for others and inspire myself at the same time. Because not only did I feel inspired again when I was talking to these two other creatives who are, working on getting more of their art out into the world, but when I went to just kind of check in and see like, what's going on with my channel. Actually, last night, I was so excited. There were 21 views of that first video. And I mean, maybe that sounds like a small thing, but I was so excited. I thought no one would look at the video. I figured on Facebook I might get some like, hey, sounds great, blah, blah, blah. But I definitely did not anticipate more than like one or two or any views. And I had like 24. And last night, I got 2 new subscribers. So I had 4 subscribers to begin with, which of course was family members. And that I only had because we live streamed my grandmother's memorial service recently, and I used this account. And so I think a couple people, I don't know, whatever. I started with 4 subscribers yesterday morning, and last night I had 6. And I just find these days I'm really motivated by little moments, little increments in the direction that I'm hoping to head. So today I checked again just now before starting this live, and I had 40 views and I'm up to 10 subscribers. Woo! So yeah, it's really motivating to me. Each small bit, each person who's kind of here and joining this experience or liking or commenting, it's giving me like a little boost of energy. So thank you so much. This is not at all what I was intending to say in this video. I think I'm going way too deep. All right. The main point is, if you are thinking about making a YouTube channel, if you've even thought about it more than one time, just do it. Literally do it. First of all, it's fun. And if it's not fun and you hate it, just stop doing it. But it's really fun. And you just never know when you put something out there, what is going to like come back to you and in what ways you might experience something new. So I just want to encourage anybody, if you're curious about YouTube and wanting to create a channel and you have this idea, and I know if you're listening and it's resonating with you in your body, you know what I'm talking about. You've been thinking about it. You've been wanting to do it, but just like scared and nervous. Please let me just say, I did it. I was not scared when I did it, but then later I was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. What have I just done? And the next day I'm like, no, this is awesome. And so I'm here. So as of today, my second video, I've decided I'm going to make myself a goal of making 3 videos per week and just putting them out there and see where it goes. And on a side note, if you're hoping to have a channel that can bring in some passive income, which quite honestly, I think I mentioned yesterday, it's part of my goal. I want to use this channel to help like document my journey for myself and hopefully along the way help others. And I also want to, in some time, be able to use this for some income. So I want to share something with you. I don't remember the guy's name. I'll look it up. Or comment below if you want to know who this guy is, and I'll look it up. But there's a guy who does very, very well on YouTube. I forget how many subscribers he has, but it's a lot. And he does videos in which he talks about like how much he makes and how and all that. And it's like more than you could really ever even understand. And that's not where my goal is right now. But anyway, he broke it down recently, kind of giving some people an idea of like, if you do want to use YouTube just for like moderate passive income, you basically, it is work. You have to consistently post videos every week for 2 years. That was his kind of suggestion for what the averages are in YouTube, in the YouTube community. And once you get to, and the reason you want to do that is that you want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Because when you get 1,000 subscribers, that's when you can start monetizing your account. So not an expert here, total beginner. But if you are wanting to be a total beginner too, let's subscribe and follow each other and support each other. And let's see if this is true. So go for it. What are you wanting to share with the world? Trust me, there is someone out there who will watch it and is interested to watch it. When I think about some of the stuff that I've watched online sometimes, I mean, it's almost like watching paint dry, but I find myself riveted and fascinating. And I'm not saying that I am even as interesting as paint drying, but I don't care. I'm really having a great time. And I don't know, I just feel like this desire to share how I'm feeling. So it's fun. Anyway, I can see I'm probably going to go over my video time compared to yesterday. That is one thing I've realized too about YouTube. Well, one, I've realized in general, I'm a lot chattier than I thought. And two, Instagram and even TikTok, although I haven't tried it as much as on TikTok. Their tools are sort of geared towards short form content. Whereas YouTube, you can make a video that's a few hours long. So I kind of like, it's been fun to see how I show up here and kind of play around a little bit with the format. So again, please put some content out into the world. I don't know if you've noticed, but the movies that we see nowadays, a lot of them are new and great and cool ideas. And also a lot of them are repeats. They're remakes of films that are from like the 40s, the 50s, the 70s. And sometimes I love it, but sometimes I'm like, why are we repeating the same content? Isn't there like new ideas? Aren't there new ideas out there? So make some content and put it out there. You will be surprised as to what happens with it. All right. And if you get scared about what you put out there, don't worry, it's normal. Okay, so Tabora, this is for you. You selected as the next choose your RE venture to, I said watch me with my piano lesson, but my partner is working in there, so I couldn't really do the video. So I did an audio recording, and I am so excited. I'll try not to make this a long story, but my mother, who passed, I think, 13 years ago, amazing woman. My family all loved her, as I did too. She was a beautiful pianist. And as kids, I think my brother and I took 2 years of piano, and neither one of us like, stuck with it or were very good. I could never learn to read notes. Anyway, I've been wanting to take piano recently. And so part of an adventure I'm choosing for myself this year is to take piano. And so last week, I was like, oh my God, I haven't done that yet. And I just Googled, I found a place that's 10 minutes from my house. And when I called, the woman and I just, I don't know, we connected. I just could sense that it was exactly what I was looking for. And so I went today to my first lesson, and I told her, like, please just start me at 0. And she was so sweet. She said, great, I'm going to give you what I give the kids, what I give kids when they first start out. And you can do it like just as a big kid. So we didn't even play. I didn't play piano today. She just had me like drawing notes and like a staff to see where notes even go. Anyway, so Deborah, here's for you. When I got back home, I actually have my mother's piano here. And so I was doing a little bit of the practice she asked me to do. So I'm not going to play the whole thing because no one wants to hear me do this, but I'll give you 30 seconds or so, and I'm just going to play the audio. And there's my cold. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. All right. Okay, I'm not doing more of that for you. But Tori, there you go. Thank you for coming along on the adventure and being a part of choosing the adventure. There's also another part of what happened today with the piano teacher that was really cool that I think I'll save for another video. But yeah, all right, video 2, check on the books. I'll have to do one more this week, hopefully shorter. It looks like each video is getting longer. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Please leave questions, comments below. I did have a video, random video. There is actually one other video that I posted 6 years ago. And I noticed when I logged in this week that there were some comments on it from 6 years ago that I had never read. And there were some in support of what I was saying. It's not an interesting video. You don't have to worry about it. But and then there were people in there who made, of course, rude comments. And I would just like to say, I am very open to feedback, but I would just ask that you be respectful if you would like to provide what we call in education constructive criticism. I do see a nice movement in social media these days where creators, of which now I can say I am a part, are kind of pushing back on the way in which some people like to show up online in a very entitled way that they sort of feel like, oh, well, since I can post anything I want here and it's anonymous to a certain extent, I'll just say whatever. And I do not agree with that at all. I really try. There was a period of time when I was younger when I think I was more angry and frustrated, when maybe my comments were a bit more curt, but I don't think I've ever been disrespectful. So even if I say something that you really disagree with or that might be offensive to you, which I am fully, open to the fact that I'm not perfect, especially growing up as a person who identifies as white. I think it's really easy to learn racist behavior and language. So I'm very open to any kind of feedback. I would just ask that you do it in a way that's thoughtful and kind, and that really doesn't like, yeah, that's, I don't know, it's done like appropriately and thoughtfully. That's all. Um, I have found in my experience that how we communicate is very important. And every time that you do communicate, sorry, um, it's actually like it matters. And you never know when you're going to regret that comment later on, um, or have the opportunity to connect with a person that you made a really rude comment on their page, and later on in life you meet them or you want to work with them, and if they ever see a record of what you put there, they can sort of look back and say, "Ah, this is not the type of person I want to work with." So I know I'm getting off on a tangent and being a little bit preachy, but yeah, I just want to say, please, um, be kind. Always be kind. You never know. It always, in my experience, being kind always pays off later on down the road. All right. Hope you post your channel, start being a creator, and please let me know if you do. I'd love to follow your channel and support. Later. Too chatty today. Too chatty.